So, welcome. We are talking about 200 ideas that you can work on. Now, here it is: 200 digital product ideas to create passive income. And this is beautiful. Trust you me, this is beautiful. For those who are online, keep tapping the screen, please. So, out of these 200, even if you may not find your exact match, the reality is this is going to trigger your thinking and is going to help you or to lead you towards being able to pick an idea that you can work on and create a digital product that you can sell. So let's go to number one. And this is for, let me minimize this a little bit. This is for stay-home moms, or even let's say stay-home parents. So if maybe you are a stay-home parent, what can you be able to come up with? For example, you can create content on parenting guidelines and guides and ebooks. Meaning that, for example, you could do like a TikTok account or a YouTube account, and you give videos, you give guidelines on parenting. You could as well, on the topics that you get to work on, you could as well get to create ebooks. And I am telling you, if you look at like if you visit counselors or psychologists, they'll tell you the number of parenting cases that they are coming across every single day. So, like topics such as sleep training, breastfeeding tips, managing tantrums, especially with children. This is an area that somebody could just pick and run with. Then look at printable planners and organizers. Yeah, like for busy parents or even for a busy working person. Yeah, so you can be able to come up with these planners. You have them online. You do not have to print anything. The reality is there are so many templates that you can actually be able to use to come up with this. And you can just decide, okay, I'll sell this for a fraction of a dollar. But keep on promoting this content, and if you get to sell this in its hundreds or thousands, and again, this passive income money actually comes through. Kids educational materials, again, that is another area. Fitness and wellness programs. Now, this is another evergreen area. This is always another evergreen area. Like a fitness routine. What will I do day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to day 6? I mean to day 7. As I roll into the second week, again, what do I do? Now, if you are physically fit or you'd actually want to go into this, you could as well do some videos. Now, the reality is you could also use AI to generate video content for fitness and wellness program. Look at the gyms around your town, the gyms around your estate. The reality is every morning or every evening, these gyms or these fitness places are full. Now, there are many people out there who perhaps their schedule may not allow, or their financial status may not allow. But if provided with such, and they can be able to subscribe to your program or even buy your program, you could actually be able to make some good money out of it. Do-it-yourself crafts and home decor guides. I don't know how much this would be, but look at number 6: recipe, e-foods, and cooking guides. Oh yes. Today we are transitioning into healthy eating. We are transitioning into organic eating, and people are very mindful about their diet. How many calories are they consuming? There are those who want to maintain their weight. There are those who want to gain weight. There are those who want to lose weight. So if I am to lose weight, there are also people who have health conditions. So if I have this condition, so what can I eat? What can I not eat? Mindfulness and self-care resources. Look at that. Mindfulness exercises, self-care resources to help moms prioritize their mental and emotional well-being. Yes. And if I can be able to know, like, for example, how do I get to manage stress? How do I get to juggle between multiple tasks? Home-based business tips. I'm telling you today, when you tell people, I want to show you how you can make money from home, that is going to turn heads. That is going to turn heads. Why? Because I mean, you are able to do this from the comfort of your home. You're in control of your schedule, and you basically you are transitioning from the busy work environment. Think of those people who have to commute every day to go to their place of work, especially Nairobi people. How much time do they spend on the jump? By the time you get to your place of work, you're really tired. You spend a long day at your place of work. You have to leave and get back home. Maybe that is going to take you an hour or so. Again, you get back home drained. Tomorrow, you have a similar drain. Suppose you could be able to avoid all this and you get to do it from your home. So, home-based business tips, that would be super. Digital art and design templates. We may say that we are not I mean we are not practicing art. Those on TikTok, please keep tapping the screen, keep tapping the screen. Today we are talking about 200 ideas that can jumpstart or kick off your digital marketing journey. So there are a number of AI websites that you could actually get started on. I just want to show you something, Charles. I'll come back here for a moment. I'll open a new tab. I go to my creative. I come and pick. There's a site called Ideogram. I just want to show you something. Again, these are things that I got to learn courtesy of this Legacy Builder program. Okay, let it pop up. Let it pop up. Meanwhile, I just come back to the content that we're discussing, and then I'll check on it. Then I'll come and complete this. Online courses and skill development. Now, like what I am going through and what I would actually even strongly recommend that you go through is an online course. And this, like when we went to the normal schooling system, what do we go through? Go through an entire structured program that you do not have much say in terms of the curriculum. And then after that, now you have to go and seek for a job, or even now go for specialized training to be able to get somewhere. Here you pick exactly a specific course and you say, this is what I want to do. Like, for example, photography, writing, graphic design, social media, name it. Now, let me check whether my site has loaded. Yeah, it is. I want to show you something very, very interesting. So it is here. I logged on with Google. So that's just one of my accounts. So you do not even have to think out of the box. Like the t-shirt business, I'm telling you, this is a huge business. Being able to print like diary covers, but let's even just pick the printable wares like t-shirts. So okay, so I'll just pick on something small and then I get to show you. So I'll come and pick on some image here, like stay positive. I want a t-shirt on stay positive or open your eyes. So I just pick on one of them here, stay positive. But now I want how to modify these to be mine. Then I would come and do something here. Where is this word I'm looking for? Called remix. So stay positive. Where is it? It should be here. There is download. Okay, if I want to download and use it as it is, I can be able. Yes, the word remix is here. So I come and click on this. Then they maybe stay positive always. And then I come and say add a signature with, now you can have your name there. I put my name here with the word Cyprian. Cyprian. At the bottom corner, right corner. Okay, so then I come and click on remix. Now see what is going to happen in a couple of seconds. Okay, it's 98% complete. Okay, we'll come back to that in a moment. Good. Now generation complete. Now, so it's going to generate 4 images that now you can pick, and you see, okay, the first one did not come out well. Oh yes, stay positive always. See, I don't like this. So I could go to the next one, the next image. Yes, look at this. Stay positive always, and then your signature down there. Period. Now, I am not artistic. I am not artistic at all. But I've been able to use AI. I go to this site, I go search through, I find something that I like, and then I modify to suit what I want. Sorry. So to suit what I want. So get to look at this. So this is something that you can, sorry. So this is something that you can make some money on doing those printables, and you did not have to go through much creative work. Charles, we are together to that point?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, okay, fine. Okay, so let's see others. Okay, like stay positive always, stay positive always. Look at that. And then you can even have your name as a signature at the bottom. If I'd wanted to change the background color, I would have done that as well. So that is the first category for the stay-home parents. Then the second category for teachers like me. Yes. So for a teacher, what can you be able to do? Subject-specific lessons, lesson plans. And especially, okay, I know we don't have much of that in our country, but like for countries that do home-based teaching or coaching, you could even design, you could just go to a school and tell them, okay, fine, can I design your assessments online? And you pay some subscription fees. Educational printable and worksheets, classroom decor and organization, professional development resources. There's an entire list there. 10 of them. Foreign language teaching materials, and especially if you are knowledgeable in a foreign language, or even you can even use AI to be able to generate this content. Let's go to another category. Here, this is a big deal. Health and fitness. Health and fitness. So those on TikTok, again, go to my profile, click on the link to my website, provide your email address, and I'll be able to send you I'll be able to send you a link to join my live training. So yes, you are live, but unfortunately you cannot be able to see the content that we are sharing. However, this is what I'm actually elaborating on. Look at these online workout programs. Yes, as I said, there are those people who want to stay fit. They want to maintain a lean body. There are those who want to gain muscles. Nutrition and meal planning guides. Okay, look at that. It is always a big deal. Nutrition is always a big deal. You could also perhaps combine this with health, so that people with certain conditions, this is what your diet ought to look like. Weight loss and wellness challenges. I just talked about the gyms being full. Fitness equipment guides. Yes. How do I, for example, okay, like if it's weightlifting, what would be the best position to hold those weights, so that you also don't, when you're trying to address a challenge, that you actually find yourself dropping into another challenge. The treadmills. How do I use a treadmill? How are the settings? How do I basically, and what would be the best environment for me to work on or with a treadmill? Mind-body connection resources. And this is more or less like meditation guides. Meditation guides. No, I don't accept. Yes. Sports specific, maybe, if maybe you're knowledgeable in a given sport, be it football, table tennis, name it, you can actually be able to do content on that. Yoga and pilots resources, fitness apparel. Yes, yeah, the fitness gear, the fitness gear. I have a friend who loves hiking, and I always look at his gear, and that drew me into liking hiking, and from time to time, I make a point and we actually go hiking together. Health and fitness challenges for groups. Now, here you can easily create content that you target such groups such as corporates, social groups such as the churches, youth forums, and when you are looking at a group, then you can actually be able to charge a premium price that a group would manage to buy or to subscribe into your program. Recovery and self-care programs. Yes. Workout recovery, like for people who have been sick, relaxation techniques. You've had a very busy day. So how do I get my mind to relax? You could be able to generate some digital content on this, either in form of a video, in form of an ebook, and that you get people, you direct people to your content, and guess what happens? You start building audience and also become an authority in this. Let's look at a fourth area: crafts and do-it-yourself. Now, more about art. Let's see, like printable crafts patterns and templates. And I think I've just given some demonstration of this. Do-it-your-home deco guides. Yes, like locally, you see people who can afford to spend around calling interior designs. Interior designers. Even as you prepare to call that interior designer for your deco, can't you be able at least to have an idea about what you want your deco to be? Like what colors flow? If it is blue, a shade of blue, what other color can be able to flow with that blue? I'm not so much an authority in this, but you can see there's an entire list. Jewelry making tutorials, do-it-yourself, party decorations and invitations. This is a big thing in our country today. I have a birthday for my son, for my daughter, for my wife, for somebody that I care for. I bring in somebody to come and do the decor. I not just have to rely on, even if I'm not the one to do it, but I can say this is how I want my decor to be, because I've been able to say something that I can be able to pick from and emulate. Knitting, digital crafting, and card making kits. Okay, let's go to another category: mindfulness and mental wellness. The reality is the level of stress in our country, the level of stress in our society is at an all-time high now. So, for example, you could do some content on guided meditation and relaxation sessions. There are times when you just feel, I just want to be alone. I just want to be away from this noise, from this environment, from what? How could I practice my meditation? How could I, because now meditation also has got to do with relaxing the mind, relaxing the body, and also being able to attract things that you want into your life. Stress management workshops. Today, do a proposal, go to any organization there and tell them, hey, you know what? This is the match that you have been. Perhaps, now what is that? I have to stop this. Come on, Samuel. Okay, just a minute. I need to identify what's wrong with my. Sorry, it's a call that was coming through. It's coming through.
No,
yes. So somebody shikahi, mom is calling. So stress management, mindfulness and meditation, journaling prompts and templates. Now, there are people who maintain, personally, I'm one of such, who maintain journals or who like documenting my thoughts. Whenever some idea comes to mind, I just pick a pen, jot a few lines, and I leave it. And then now later I can come to brainstorm on it and then proceed. Now, emotional intelligence. And this is another big area. How do you recognize people who are going through situations. When somebody is maybe depressed, maybe stressed, person who's dealing with grief, people dealing with anxiety, what would be the right choice of words that you could use to deal with these people, to deal with these situations? Mindful eating. Now, you may have did our friend come back? Let me just have a look at this. Aha.
Very cooking.
Devi.
Yes, please.
Yes, kindly mute. Kindly mute. Kindly mute. Thank you. All right. So, mindful eating programs. Yes. How do you promote good eating habits? Like, what should I eat when? Maybe what would be suitable for my breakfast, for my lunch, maybe a snack in between. There are also those people that anytime they see something that is edible, they eat. How can I be able to control such? Digital affirmation cards. Now, think of big occasions. Mother's Day, Father's Day, like the church that I go to. During Mother's Day, the ladies in attendance, they got flowers and cards. During Father's Day, the men that were in attendance, we got wristbands and some cards. So what content will actually go onto such? And again, this is printable content that you'd actually be selling. Let's see a sixth category: photography. I am not so much into photography myself, but let's see what can happen or what happens under photography. Create and sell digital presets, filters for photo editing. As I said, I'm not so much into photography. I can't say much about this, but yeah, no, those are 10 ideas that someone can explore. I pick on another one. Homeschooling. Yes, not so much different from teaching. Curriculum planning guides. Yeah, like sell digital guides on curriculum planning, resources, lesson plans, worksheets, homeschooling plans and organizers, subject-specific learning resources. This is not much different from what we saw in teaching. Home organization. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I wish there was a lady in attendance, because here, men, we have a big issue. Decluttering guides and checklists. Maybe let me just tap into our previous experience. I am sure at one time you have moved from one house to another, or you have moved from one office to another. It is during that time when you're relocating that you actually get to discover how much clutter that you have in that house or in that office. How much stuff that you have that is unwanted. It's just been there. Home organization printables. Yeah. How do you arrange your house? Think of perhaps when you got your first job and you moved out of your parents' home. I would imagine, for example, you began from a small house, a small room, and for your everything to be able to fit into that room until the point in time when you outgrew it, you just had to jipanga, if I may use that term. Yes, room specific organization. How do I arrange my room to make more space, to make it appear bigger, to make it appear neat? These are things that we are dealing with. The reason why I said I wish there was a lady here. Like, men, how do we behave when we get home? The first thing is to remove the shoes, remove the socks, and we throw the socks anywhere. How do I get that much organized? Now, look at number 4. Minimalist living resources. Yes. And especially when I'm living in a tiny space. What are the basic essentials that I need to be able to function or live in that space? For example, think of like a convertible bed. Think of a small size bed, because if the room is small, then you not think of a 6x6 or a king size bed. Digital home inventory management. Yes. What tools can I have at my home and to optimize my storage? Yes, are there like some things that I can hang on the wall, and then I can be able to chip in items just to create some more space? Home storage solutions, digital feng shui. Now I don't know what this one is. Cleaning and maintenance calendars. Yeah. Maybe controlling such things such as dust. How would I like perhaps schedule my cleaning programs, and then some digital course on home organization. That is something that you could work on. Let's say another category, finance. David, I asked him to mute. I don't know what there is.
Yes, please.
Good. Now you are the finance
I've
person.
muted.
You are the finance person.
Yes.
Can you see this
category?
Yes,
please. I'm seeing it.
Good. Now you could actually create content on this. Look at 10 ideas here that are coming up. Personal finance planning. We earn money, we spend, and we lament tomorrow because I did not plan, or I actually spent on items that I had not planned for. How do I, first of all, even how do I plan, and then I get myself to put, I get to put myself on check. David, when we talked last night, we talked about investing guides. Yes, there are people who would want to know, where do I put my money? Where do I put my excess money? Debt reduction programs. We are stuck in debts. How do I manage my debts? How do I reduce my debts to the point that now I can at some point say I am debt free? Because the more money we make, the more we spend, the more we sink into debts. How can I be able to control this? Digital budgeting applications, okay, like for programmers. Credit score improvement, maybe at a fairly advanced level. I see that with our CRB rating, money saving tips, financial literacy for kids. Side hustle, that number 8, I would say it's an evergreen area. Yes, because people are ever and constantly searching for side hustles and passive income. As we near retire, as our responsibility basket grows, what happens? There is demand for more money. There is pressure to generate more income. And activities that do not require so much of our time and effort, and that is through passive income. I'm telling you, content on this, you'll have followers, you'll have people who will be ready to spend so as to be able to benefit from this. Retirement planning workshops. Now, what does this mean? You take these and ask any corporate to subscribe, or even you create content that you are targeting people who are near retiring. They will subscribe for this. Taxation, you talked about this, David, last night. Tax planning and preparation resources. Again, you could create content on this. Meal planning. Customized meal planning templates. Yes. And this is very simple. If maybe, I think at least I have a bit of knowledge on this. Somebody who is watching on their calories and say, maybe for supper, I want my calorie intake to be maybe like 200 calories. You can be able to create so many variations of meal plans that would give 200 calories. Because I don't want whatever I eat today becomes what I eat tomorrow, the day after, and it becomes boring. There are also people that have health conditions. There are also people that have preferences. I don't like this, but I prefer this to the other. But whatever I prefer, do I stand a chance, or does it give me the calories that I need? My calorie intake. Healthy recipe ebook. Now, let me give you a short story. When I got started into the journey of digital marketing, the first product I created, because I did a search on the emerging areas, and one of such was healthy eating. So I go ahead, I go to Canva, I download a template. I actually even wait for I subscribed for a paid version, which is just just some little amount, less than 1,000 bob per month. Then I got a super template, got to ChatGPT, and then I was able to do an ebook and upload that ebook. But now I ran into one challenge. I did not know how to promote my ebook. The reality is, I will still at some point get back to that ebook and promote it. Why could I not promote it? Because I am not an authority in healthy issues. I am not an authority in healthy issues. So I did a few videos. Then people would ask me questions and I did not know exactly how to respond. But assuming that I was an authority, or I am an authority in that area, I could comfortably have promoted, let me just a second, I could have comfortably promoted content in that area. I could have generated and promoted content on recipes. But I can tell you it's a beautiful book. It's about 50 pages. It took me about a month. I did the work, but as I said, since I'm not an authority in that area, I could not really depend my content much. Specialized diet plans. Yes, and especially people who are very specific, like vegetarian. You could do a vegetarian diet. You could do gluten-free diet. Like personally, I have a problem with wheat. So bread, cakes, chapati, I mean, I'll just have a very small portion. So this would be a customized meal plan or diet to meet that kind of an audience. Then specialized diet plan, like I talked about, family friendly meal solutions, budget. Oh yes, number 5. Yeah, the times when we just think, or we say to ourselves, okay, I have 500 bob to spend, I have 200 bob to spend, I have this little or this much to spend. What can I eat? What can we eat that will fit within this budget? So now you are planning for a meal with a budget constraint in mind. Meal preparation, containers and storage solutions. Yeah, like I have seen ladies, especially ladies, that like on a weekend they come and prepare their meals for the week, and then they package in portions, especially those who are working, and quite a number of them prefer taking their food with them. So even if they're not even taking their food with them, in when you come home in the evening, you just need to unpack some portion, warm it, or maybe just do some little final preparation. Your meal is ready, and you go ahead and you get to serve. Then seasonal meals. Okay, like meals that you prepare occasionally, and perhaps I would imagine maybe something that you don't enjoy a lot, or something that is quite involving. Now, number 9 is a super deal. Time-saving meal preparation strategies. Even when I'm left alone in the house, I will not go for a meal that is going to take me 1.5 hours to prepare. No, I want something that within 15-20 minutes max, my meal is ready. I can sit down and eat. Otherwise, if it's going to take me about an hour or so, I would better go and eat out. Now, time-saving meal prep strategies. So think of that 8 to 5 worker. You get home, you are exhausted, or just one of those days when you are just feeling lazy. You want a quick fix, good quality food that will be able to do it in a very short time, and there you are, you have your meal. Meal planning challenges and programs. Okay, like those whose hobby is cooking, they can actually be able to do something in this. Let's look at an 11th category, music and voice. Okay, I'm not an authority in this, but let's see what you are told. Vocal training and programs. Yes. Yeah, like exercises, lessons, techniques for singers, singing techniques, music theory guidelines. This looks very interesting. Number 4 could be a very good pick. Instrumental music lessons. How do I play a piano? How do I play a guitar? How do I play a drum? How do I play? Name it. Yeah, songwriting. Yeah, I mean, those in creative arts, they can do something in this. Podcasts. Today, if you go to YouTube, there are so many podcast channels. Yeah, so where you have a topic of discussion, you invite a guest, you go through it, live performance coaching, those interested in music, I think this makes sense to them. Outdoor activities. Now, here you could target corporates, team building, and what is happening here? Hiking and backpacking guides, yes. Like I've seen, like in hiking, you'd see every time before the exercise starts, the coach or the guide would take the participants through a guided checklist. Make sure that you have this, you have this, you have this, confirm the status of this and this. Is everything okay? And then once confirmed, you can actually get started. Camping gear, outdoor fitness programs. Now, bird watching and nature guides. Yes, today people are taking nature walks to relax, to meditate, just to calm down and be at peace with themselves. Photography, fishing, backyard gardening. Oh yes, and especially now today with the era of healthy eating, that tiny garden. Can I split it in such a way that I love like my grass garden where I come and relax. I can be able to have my bogas on one corner and a few other plants that I mean for my kitchen. Then survival and other outdoor skills. I've not seen so much on this, but it's good for like for those people who are adventurous. Yes, minimum survival skills. If you found yourself lost, how would you identify? I mean, what can you be able to use to identify how or where you can be able to get assistance? Mountain biking, stargazing, and then astronomy resources. Let's see another category here. Wow. Christian Bible, or basically religious. This one, trust you me, you not miss out. Like daily devotion and prayer journals. So depending on the season, depending on the time, depending on my circumstances, what I'm going through, what would be my daily devotion prayers, and guides on how I can be able to write or to journal that. Bible study guides, Christian parenting resources, worship, sermon series and outlines, Bible journaling, Christian fiction, online Bible courses, digital church resources. There is so much. And I kid you not, if you come and pick, let me just pick the first one here, daily devotion and prayer journals. That just appears as basic as it is. But you can be able to pull 10, 20, 50 subtitles in this. Like daily devotion and prayer journals for the busy professional. For the stay-home mother. For the maybe for the kids, maybe for the teens, maybe daily devotional and prayer journals for somebody who is maybe seeking for a job, for somebody who is sick, for somebody who is going through maybe certain challenges in life. It's just a devotion. You're just talking about devotion, but out of it now you'll be able to narrow this down to a large, or rather to specific audience groups, and that makes your content always fresh. And as much as we're saying that this is just a single area, you can be able to pull out as many subsections or sub areas as you can perhaps think. So this just helps us to just open up our minds and we just get to think through it. Then now you can be able to engage deeper and see how much value this is. I mean, there is in this. Homesteaders, let's see what this is all about. Homesteading guides for this, create and sell digital. Okay, I don't know what homesteading is all about, honestly speaking. Livestock and animal husbandry guides. Yes, oh, good at this. Look at this. We keep livestock at home, or even in our urban centers. At the background, I mean at the backyard, you'll have some chicken there. Okay. Then in our houses, we'd have some pets, a cat, a dog, this will help you this. Now, I love number 5. Look at this, off-grid living resources. We go to a place where you have no electricity. Today, renewable energy is a big thing, not only in Kenya, but globally. Water management, sustainable building practices. I would want, whenever it rains, I harvest all my roof water and I store that water. I would want how best do I utilize like the wastewater. Yeah, I don't want my backyard to be flooded. Sorry. Preservation and food storage guidelines. Farm to table cooking and meal. Yes, today we're in the era of organic farming. You want something that is fresh from the farm into the frying pan, straight to the table. Because people today are championing for healthy living. And the reality is this. I think I came across some shop, I think it was someone Gong Road, where they only sell organic foods. And I popped in, I thought I could buy something. And my question, and the first question that I was asked is, give me your order number. And I said, I've come in to buy, and I was told, no. Here, people purchase on order. So all what you can see having been packaged here, these are groceries that either the owners are waiting to come and pick them up or to have them dropped. Come to think of that. So you don't even have to run such a shop, but you could actually develop content to help people be able to achieve such. Then let's see another area. Trades. Let's see what is in trades. Trade skills. Okay. Trade skills providing complete. Let's see what this is all about. Occupational health and safety resources. Oh, yes. Occupational hazards. The corporates here would be your customers. Yes, because occupational health has got to do with health and safety at your place of work. Business management for traders. Estimation and quotation templates. If there is one thing that really bothers me, is when somebody comes and tells me, okay, fine, we have agreed, so go and do a quotation and make a submission. That thing really hits my head. It took me a while. Okay, there are those areas that I'm comfortable in or with, and I can easily give a quote. And even when called upon, I'll actually be able to negotiate and defend my quote. But I'm not an expert in this. And sometimes you find yourself venturing into a green area, and before long, an opportunity comes knocking, a client comes knocking, and what they ask you is, upon discussion, okay, fine, so give me a quote. Now, how can we be able to determine whether I've actually quoted correctly, I've underquoted, I have overquoted? Because if there's something that people fear, is somebody telling you, okay, fine, we'll get back to you. And anytime a prospect tells you, we'll get back to you, period, they are gone. They are gone. I would say 1% or less will actually ever get to come back. Energy efficiency and sustainable practices, I think we mentioned something like that. Custom project plans and blueprints. If you are involved perhaps in project management, this could be useful. I can't say much about the next one. Number 16, the beach people. Okay. Let's see about the beach people. Beach photography, beach workout, surfing and water sports. Maybe for those of us who live in Bara. But again, if somehow you can be able to craft content in this, then well and good. For the Bara people, this may not be our piece of cake. Let's see, number 17. Oh, nurses. Yeah, the medical fraternity. Look at this. Exam preparation guides, clinical skills training courses here. And even look at this. I would also want to sneak in something here. I don't know whether it's listed here, but first aid at home. Yeah, because maybe for nurses they would be more oriented towards their professional training, but there's also somebody at home who would want to have these skills, who would have who would want to have this knowledge? I'll tell you from a personal experience. A couple of days ago, I was visiting a friend. Then the friend was home alone. So I get to the gate and I knock. There was no response. So I call and the friend comes out to open the gate. As soon as he got out of the door, moving towards the gate, that fella collapsed. And you could look, you could see the person. The perimeter wall has electric fence. So there was nothing that I could do. And I kept calling, I kept speaking to him until the fella gained consciousness, then was able to drag himself, come and open the gate. And by that time, I'd already sought for some help and rushed the person to the hospital. Now, the reality is this. Do I have nursing skills? I do not have. But think of a situation where maybe this is a person where you would have been far away off from the hospital. Then what would have happened? I don't know. But if we could have such kind of skills, basically just identify an area, see who could be benefit from this, and then you channel that content towards that particular person. So you can see nurses here, wellness and self-care, patient education materials. Yes. And we see this when you go to the hospitals, charts they are there, like if it's a nursing chart, maybe like for the babies, the clinic chart, that's that kind of a thing. Then let's see another area, and this is traveling. Now, this becoming a big thing in our country. If you go to YouTube, you'll be able to see so many channels that are gaining very good traction, very good viewership on traveling. There are people who want to know, okay, so I went to Kajiado, so what did I see, or which are the places to visit in Kisumu, places to visit in Mombasa, places to visit, name it. Traveling. Travel photography guides, digital travel, itinerary templates. Yeah. So if I'm going for this kind of a thing, or a place, what should I carry? What should I have? How should I prepare for such? Adventure travel planning resources. Packaging list, yes, the checklist. And this is what I was talking about, especially for the mountaineering people. Solo travel safety guides. Look at all these. Travel budget and money saving tips. That's another whole area by itself. Then mindfulness and meditation for kids. Yes. Not so much different from what we've seen for, mindfulness. But now this is targeting kids at different age groups. Yeah. So maybe 0 to 5, maybe 5 to 10, or maybe teens, name it. Mindful coloring books and printables. This is a very green area, very hot area here. Coloring eBooks, books. So, and this will just be simple templates that people can print. Like when you go to the preschool, the baby class and what, much of what they do, what is it? It's just coloring. Parents just have to buy multiple set of colors. The pencil colors, the crayons, I don't know what they call those others. This content could actually target such. Bedtime meditation stories, yes. No, like the stories that we could read for our kids before before bedtime. We could also have Bible bedtime stories, yeah. So in classroom mindfulness, emotional intelligence workshops, let's see whether there's another personal finance and for millennials. Yeah, you see. Look at this. So done again. There is something again. There's something good for you here. Investing and wealth building courses, digital debt repayment, ASO and finance. Friends, the list is endless. Yeah. So yeah, we've reached the end of that list. So this is just but a starting point. 200 digital product ideas to create passive income. And as I've said, you'd identify a category that you resonate well with, and then from that you pick on a topic. You can be able to break that topic into subtopics or subtopics, and then you start now generating and growing content in such. It is as simple and straightforward as that. Now, I want to come back here. Jimmy. Jimmy, kindly unmute. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, sir.
Yes, you've been able to join us today. I trust at some
I'm
point.
good. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yes, sir.
Good. Tulizani maswali sasa.
I'm also fine, thank you.
That's great. That is great. So, I was just trying to give you an insight into what this course is all about and how we can be able to empower ourselves by being able to pick an idea, and then we utilize. Yes, David. Yes. Go ahead. Leandro?
No. I was still listening to you. I'll ask a question after you've finished
Yes.
summarizing what.
Yes, I have intercepted because I saw you. You've raised your hand.
No, I'm a little patient. I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying. Yeah. So what I was saying is, once now you've picked the idea, because many times they'll somebody will tell you, I want some side hustle. In what area? I don't know. But this pool of like now the 200 ideas, number one, helps you identify a category. Within that category, identify an area, and then now you can be able to narrow down and you create valuable content in that particular area. So that is what I really had planned for today, just to help us start opening up our minds, just to help us to be able to see from the skill set that I have, is there something in the digital space that I can be able to direct my energy? Much like I just did say, I did an ebook on recipes, but I'm not an authority in recipes. Yes, the content is there. I believe very good content. The book very well designed, but I could not defend my content. Actually, and my TikTok account was growing very fast. But the reality is, it reached a point I got stuck because I could not defend my content. When people ask me very specific questions, and some of them are actually authority in dietetics and in health-related issues, I could not defend. And I said, okay, fine, I'm just about getting started. And I said, I just let go because I feel this is too much for me. Now, so I'm ready now to take in your questions, please. Charles, Jimmy, Davy. Yes, now go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. It's been significantly precise, and I'm happy to say that I've learned a lot, at least above what I'd learned yesterday.
Yeah.
But there are a few things I would want you to clarify.
Go ahead.
Me and you having come from an academics background,
yes,
you know very well that for us to make a decision, and especially if such a decision is bordering economics,
yes,
then it must be plausible.
Right.
By plausible, I mean you should be able to measure the contemplated performances. You should also be able to have a clue, an expectation of some sort,
yes,
as to what you expect in the end.
Yes.
So in this case, I would want to ask.
Go ahead.
I have seen you present ideas to the extent of 200 ideas, business ideas. But again, time and again, I've heard you say this is a grain area, this is a very good area, is there a mechanism? Because all of us may not be interested in all the 200. But again, for us to be able to choose what is optimally ours and what we can promote to the apex, yes, is there a mechanism that you can use to choose an area where you would perform optimally, number one, and number two, target it to the right audience, and finally optimize your performance in terms of sales? Thank you.
Now let me go to the first one, selection. Yeah, and the reality is, one, there's something called keyword research, and I trust one day I'll take you through that keyword research, because I may be very qualified in a particular area, but literally in that area, what are the questions that people are asking? What are the things that people are what are people searching for? And when you do keyword research, one, it helps you, number one, to see the volumes, the search volume. Number two, where is this audience coming from? So because I might identify a niche area, looks very, Charles, I'm coming to you, looks very exciting because I know this very well, but I find that it is not sustainable. I will get started. I'll get started, but I'll not be able to grow much in that space because there isn't much audience in that particular area. So number one is through keyword research. And the reality is, in any, like if we just go by like what you've just been looking at, if it's for example like fitness, there is a huge audience in that, but what are they searching for? If it is finance, there is a huge audience in that, but what are they searching for? So through that keyword research, then you are able to identify the thing that people are searching for. You cannot even be able to spread that and see maybe like within the last 1 quarter, how was the search like? Maybe the last 12 months, how was the search like? And that is going to give you some curve, which now is going to give you some idea on seasonality and tell you around this time, this is what they were searching for in this niche. So I can prepare content in that. So you basically just change with the tides. So that is the first question. The second question was on what? Because that question was on sales. The second question was on what, Pana David?
Directing it to the right audience.
Thank you. Now, being able to direct your content to the right audience. One of the things that Michelle teaches is that, yeah, and I did mention something yesterday, being able to choose the right platform, because the right platform is where your audience is. And then now being able to direct your content to that. For example, if I say I'm targeting, so if say like for example, I'm targeting my content towards stay-home mothers, I would perhaps start my video by saying, are you a stay-home mother or parent? And if so, this content is for you. So if I'm using TikTok, for example, I've used that in my video. I use also the same in my video description and use the same in my hashtags. The reality is this, that TikTok is going to direct that content to stay-home mothers. I could be, say, targeting people who are out where in the US, for example. So I'll go and do some research. What are these people in this area? What are they searching for? What are they searching for? And then I come and create that content. Then the way I present my content, then I target those particular people. But at times, and I think in one of the practical sessions I'll be able to show it to you on TikTok. We'll do it practically. Sometimes you may see one of your videos pick so well, but your content is directed to the wrong audience. For example, your content, okay, like we are an English speaking country, but you find your content is going to maybe like a French speaking country, or maybe a country that you're not interested in. Now, during such times, what do? Is part of what Michelle teaches. And for her, she says, instead of deleting the video, because like on TikTok, when you delete a video, that is a negative indicator to the algorithm. Instead, what she does, she will unmute, or rather she will mute that video only to be visible to her. Because what happens is subsequent videos will be also directed to that audience, much likely or most likely. So those are some of the strategies that you can use to direct your content to the right audience. Now, in terms of making sales and scalability, I'll tell you this from experience. The cold market is always the best. The warm market is when you are pushing your content to your friends. Give them a call or even drop them a message. I have this, have a look. Friends will not take you far. Friends will not take you far. That is what we call the warm market. The cold market is There's that person who does not know you, you've never interacted. But when they listen to you and your content and what you're promoting, you directly resonate with their problem. If you want to make money, just solve someone's problem. You resonate with their problem and they will reach out to you. And that is why I told you here, this program is all about attraction marketing. Rather than you having to chase customers, they actually come to you. So when you get to now getting inquiries from the cold market, then you are able to scale it. Then something that pays off a lot, on your posts, what comments are people making about your content? And even if you are lucky, a person that you have interacted with, what comments? Because people go through those reviews. Yes. Sorry, my throat is running dry. But so coming back to this, part of the also selling technique is people like their comments to be, or their questions to be responded to. I tell you, I've made a habit now. There is one video on my account that has just decided to go viral, and it is not stopping. It's going and going and going and going and going. Sometimes I sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, I find close to 100 comments. Now, how do I respond to those 100 comments? So what do? I'll come and do like 5 responses. So I come and pick my first response and I paste on 10 of those. I pick the second one, I do another 10, the third one. So, because even now you have now to type and respond to the 100, you will not make it. So I'll just, I come and create them. I'll go to ChatGPT, I use ChatGPT, I create those responses. So I come and pick the first line and I'm going to respond to like 10, 15. When you use the same comment for some time, TikTok will tell you have used this on so many responses. So I go pick the second one. I come and do the same, the third one, so in less than 10, 15 minutes, I've actually been able to respond to those 100 comments. But don't wait until, because a person that you did not respond to 2 days ago, and this person does not know you, he's not waiting for your comment. So I have taken it upon me. Every single day, I have to find time to respond to those comments. Like I left the house early morning. I went for some meeting today. So when I woke up in the morning, I responded to all what had come through at night. Then I knew I would be having my class, our session at 9 o'clock. So I came back early, around 6. I sat down. Whatever had come through during the day, I have responded. Now, before I sleep, if there are a few comments or inquiries, again, I just make it a habit. And that is going to make your work very, very easy. You don't have to think of how am I going to respond to this? Just go to ChatGPT, create those comments, have them on standby, copy, paste, send. And within a very short time, you'll have responded to that. So that is how at least you get people, number one, to engage with them, to have trust in you, and then be ready to do business with you. David, sijui kama nimejibu swali vizuri.
It's perfect. I've understood.
Thank you. Yes,
Charles, the only last part I would want to say, I've heard you time and again say you can always borrow the responses from AI, ChatGPT, and the rest. I don't know whether that would be infringing on some sort of plagiarism, or it's all right to undertake that way.
You see, what do you call it? I mean, with content generated by AI, it's non-proprietary. It is non-proprietary, and then I think I'll also be able to at some time we have a look at, how do I get my prompt to give me exactly what I want. So when I generate a response that I want, that means what I want, I tell ChatGPT, give me 4 variations of this. And in not more than, like for TikTok, a comment ought not to be more than 150 characters. So I'll say not more than 150. I mean, like 145. So I could start by hello John, and then I paste. Hello Susan, and then I paste. Sometimes if there are so many, I don't do the hello so and so. So there's no infringement on that at all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Such as,
I hope we have another lesson tomorrow.
Oh yeah, bado tujamaliza, wacha tumalize maswali and then sasa tufunge. Then now I can tell you what we'll be doing tomorrow.
All right.
Niko sawa. The question was answered in the process.
Okay. Jimmy, some question?
No, I'm okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. So at least now we can use this to start opening up our minds. We ventilate on the same. Now, tomorrow I want to take you into. Yesterday there's something that I mentioned and I normally mentioned. I normally mention when it comes to creating your content. Day 1, you're okay. Day 2, you're okay. By the time you reach day 4, 5, you start running dry. Then now you find somebody either abandoning the channel or even the frequency of content creating and posting goes down, and therefore those people become inconsistent. Tomorrow I'll take like on a 30 days posting plan. How would you structure your content? I've always been saying you can pick on a title or on a subject area and you do it even 10 times just by making some small changes, and it sounds fresh. So how would my 30 days content look like? That is what I would want us to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is on Wednesday. Yes. Yeah, so that is what I have in mind for our session tomorrow. Anything else before we could perhaps end our live? So perhaps I would get to ask each of you, have you had access to the YouTube video on introduction to digital marketing? Have you had have you had a chance to have a look at it?
Yes.
So yeah, so kindly take your time, go through that over and over. So tomorrow morning I try my best, but before tomorrow morning I'm in school until 2 o'clock, but somewhat I'll find some way to upload the video for our tonight's session, so that at least we can be able to keep ourselves appraised with our content here. So can we end the session perhaps?
Just a request.
Yes.
I tried looking for the YouTube video for what we learned yesterday, and I was not very, very successful. And I don't know whether I was looking for it in the wrong place. Could you please give me the link?
Okay, I'll share the link, but also at the same point, yeah? Just go to YouTube. Okay, see, we are just here before tufunge hii. If I come to YouTube here, YouTube, let it load. It's taking a bit of time, I don't know why. And you just come and search for my name, Cyprian Mavindu. It's here. This one, turn your phone into income stream. Ndio hii.
Sawa, nimeiona sasa.
Yes, ndio hiyo. Sawa.
Nimeiona.
Okay. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right, so good night, everyone. God bless, and God willing, see you tomorrow. Let's make it happen. Good night.
Thank you. Good night too.
Good night.